Welcome to the College Football 25 Dynasty Rebuild featuring the Arizona State Sun Devils. Make sure you sit back and relax as I give you in-depth Dynasty content as I rebuild the Arizona State Sun Devils. I will turn this Arizona State Sun Devil program into a national contender. Now, looking at the coach that will be leading this Arizona State Sun Devil ball club, yours truly, K Boogie. Okay. My offensive playbook, I'm going to keep the Arizona State playbook as of right now. They run the spread, so we're going to rock out with that. I like the 4-2-5 defense in general, so I'm glad they got their alma mater is UAB. Now, pipeline is where it gets very important. As a recruiter, I want to find speed and size. I'm going to be finding guys down south. I'm going to get them to come way to Arizona, trust me. But in particular, South Florida, I have to get a couple of guys every year from that region of Florida because we already know they produce some of the best athletes we've seen. We ain't even got to discuss that. Now, you look at the offensive aggressiveness, I put it at 70. I kind of want to be aggressive offensively. I want to be one of the most high-scoring offenses in all of college football. I'm aiming for top 5 each and every year. Defense aggressiveness, I'm going to put it at 60. We ain't going to really make it too complex. We going to try to get after the quarterback, and we going to try to make plays in the back end as a secondary. So this is how I'm coming as the head coach for the Arizona State Sun Devils. Now, I want to take a look at this program over the past 20 years, right? They have not had a conference championship since 2004, in which they went 9-3. And if you look at every year since then, been pretty average for the most part. You had a 10-win season in 2007, mediocre after that. You had another 10-win season in 2013 and 2014. After that, a lot of mediocrity. Then we get right here to the last 2 seasons. It's been awful. 3-9 in back-to-back seasons. You only win 6 games in 2 years. If you look at the 4-year contract that I'm about to sign, I have to only win 5 games this year. That's the goal. So that tells you right there that this team or this program is in rebuild mode. So I plan on winning at least 9 to 10 games year one. Hopefully better than that, but my goal is to win 9 to 10 games. If their goal for me is to win 5, I'm finna try to double it. Let's get it. Sign that dotted line. Now, let's take a look real briefly at this schedule. This is the first season for the Arizona State Sun Devils in the Big 12. We already know they've been in the Pac-12 for the longest, so this will be a new look for them in 2024. You look at the first 2 weeks, back-to-back home games, including the big-time showdown week 2 against the Mississippi State Bulldogs. We get a SEC team coming to Mount America Stadium. That will be a great environment. Can't wait to see how the fans are turned up for that game. Then we have our conference opener on the road at Jones AT&T Stadium against Texas Tech. That will be a very good game as we start conference play. We get a bye week, then we get the Kansas Jayhawks and the Utah Utes in back-to-back weeks coming to the crib. Hopefully we can get both of those games. We got Cincinnati on the road week 8. We get another bye week. Then we hit a nice little stretch run towards the back end of the schedule. We got the Oklahoma State Cowboys on the road. That's going to be an electric game. Then we go to week 12. We got the Kansas State Wildcats. They have one of the most underrated atmospheres in college football, in my opinion. That's going to be a good one. Then the last regular season game of the season, we got the state rival, Arizona State versus Arizona. We're on the road this year in Tucson. So hopefully, man, I can get my boys to buy in and we can win some good conference games and put ourselves in position to hopefully compete for the Big 12 championship week 16. And we already know if we win that game, we'll automatically qualify for the college football playoffs. So we'll see what happens very, very soon. Now, let's talk some recruiting real briefly. I'm not going to go too in-depth with recruiting in this video. We're going to start talking more about recruits as we get on throughout the season once the recruiting trail starts to really open up. I'm just going to show y'all some of the prospects I put on my recruiting board that really fits my style of play. Now, recruiting for me is going to be very, very big trying to rebuild this Arizona State program because they're not the most popular team to go to right now. And we all can agree to this. Some people might disagree. Most of the talent you're going to find, regardless of the position, is going to probably more than likely come out the South. The South produces a lot of talent. As you guys remember, my pipeline is South Florida because I know that's where a lot of talent is. And for me to be able to compete with not just the teams in the Big 12, it's broader than that. For me to really compete nationally, I have to be able to get some of them players out the South to come way to Arizona. But if we're not winning games and we're not having nothing to offer them, they're not going to come. So recruiting is going to be a big time part for me trying to rebuild this program. Let's look at some players that I feel like are going to pay big time dividends for me year one in this Dynasty rebuild. First up, my signal caller, the guy I decided to rock out with, Mr. Jeff Sims out of Jacksonville, Florida, 6'3", 215, Georgia Tech and Nebraska transfer. The thing that separated him from all the other quarterbacks to me was his mobility. You look at his ability to break sacks, his agility. You look at his speed and his acceleration. Now his arm power is very, very good. His accuracy, we have to continue to get better with that, but it's not that bad. We have a beautiful system put in place around him to where by the end of this season, don't be surprised if Jeff Sims is on that Big 12 All-American list because he's ready to go. This guy right here, Cam Scatterboo, has to probably be my best offensive weapon. 5'11", 215-pound running back. He's very elusive. You look at the agility. You look at the change of direction. You look at the breaking tackle. You look at the power. A lot of people don't know this guy's very strong. You look at his trucking. You look at his stiff arm. You look at his toughness. He's a thoroughbred running back, old school, my type of running back, a guy that's going to play all three downs, a guy that's going to get it done. You even look at his quickness, his athleticism. Speed is there, 89 speed, acceleration 91, his stamina, very conditioned athlete. He's at 90. I'm expecting this guy right here to play a big time role in my offense, and don't be surprised if towards the end of the season you hear his name coming up for some awards as well. He's that type of guy. Now, as we go to the defensive side of the ball, this is where it gets tricky for us as a team. This is the side of the ball that's going to determine whether we win a lot of games or we lose in a lot of games. And this guy right here, Kamari Wilson, is a guy that I'm hoping will step up big for me. He'll be a sophomore this year, and he's already my highest rated player on the defensive side of the ball. He's big in run support. Pursuit at an 89, tackling at an 82. We need him to get better as a coverage safety, but we're going to work on that. He's only a sophomore. I think he'll get better as the season go on because I saw him make big-time strides over the summer. So I look forward to Kamari Wilson paying big dividends for this defense because we're going to need him to make plays each and every week for us to have a chance to compete in the Big 12 this year. Another guy I'm expecting to step up big on this defense this year is Clayton Smith, my speed rusher. And you heard it, a real speed rusher. Finesse moves are like that. 84 when it comes to that. You look at his quickness, acceleration, 89. Speed is an 84. His stamina is an 88. He's a guy that has a high motor coming off that edge. For you to be a big-time pass rusher, you have to have a relentless motor and have to be in shape. And he does that. And don't think that he can only rush the quarterback. He's not that bad at run support either, which is what we need him to do as well. Block shed in 77. Tackle 76. Pursuit 85, and his agility is an 80. And when you look at some of the physical badges he has, he's going to be a big-time piece for my D-line. He has the quick jump. He has the pocket disruptor badge. He has the takedown badge. He has the duress badge. It increases pressure effects on the quarterback. And like I mentioned, he has the recoup badge, improve fatigue recovery. So Clay Smith is another guy on this defense that you should hear his name and see his number pop up a lot on gameplay. Looking at all the teams in our conference, we have Oklahoma State that is ranked, Arizona that's ranked. We have the Kansas State Wildcats that's ranked. We have the Utah Utes that's ranked. And we have the Kansas Jayhawks. So we have 5 teams to start out the season in the top 25. And all 5 of those teams that I just mentioned, we play those teams. Which is why I feel like if we are ready to play and we come prepared with a good game plan, I do think even in year 1, we could shock the country and be a dangerous football team. So that pretty much concludes this introduction video right here. It was quick, sweet, to the point. Let you guys see what team I was rebuilding, my philosophy as a coach. I let you guys see my recruiting board that I started off year 1 with. Let you guys see some players on my team as of right now that I expect big things from. Let you see the schedule. Gave you guys my expectations. I'm also going to keep you guys updated with things that go on throughout the whole entire country each and every week as we start playing these games in the next video. So make sure you guys don't miss any of these uploads, man. I'm going to try to make this Dynasty series as in-depth as possible. I appreciate everybody that tuned in to this video, man. Y'all give this video a thumbs up. Y'all give it a comment, man. Y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And turn on post notifications on, man. We're going to have real fun with this Dynasty series. I can't wait to see how far I can take this Arizona State Sun Devil program. See you guys on the next episode, and y'all be blessed, man.